Good evening. Thank you for joining us today for this live webinar on online solar services for solar PV power projects by Easy Solar. My name is Mohit and I will be the speaker for the webinar today. Let me start with a brief introduction to Easy Solar. Easy Solar is a young team that came together to make the process of going solar easy. We provide you with a simple and transparent system where you can get answers to all your queries related to solar PV power projects. We want you to have a hassle-free experience when it comes to planning your solar power projects. The Easy Solar team is building an one-stop destination to provide solutions to all your solar services that you have been looking for. We are a team of 11 with 7 people continuously working to serve your solar requirements and 4 working on developing the e-system. Now let me get started with the agenda of our webinar. First thing first, we will begin with discussing the solar design engineering services provided by Easy Solar. Next, we will take on the two upcoming services. First, the online solar marketplace, and second, the listing services for solar integrators and roof or land owners. If you have any queries, please drop us a message on Twitter at EasySolar or drop me a mail at mohitagarwal@easysolar.com. At Easy Solar, we acknowledge the fact that resource assessment and basic engineering precedes customers' decision before heading to solar project designs. You can utilize the free credits worth Rs 4,000 and start assessing your roofs with the Solar Energy Assessment Report and Solar Module Layout reports from our website. Please visit our YouTube channel to view the recorded sessions of our webinar on SEER and layout reports. Coming to detailed engineering for solar PV projects, let me get started with single line diagram. The single line diagram is a simplified notation for representing a power system. It is a form of block diagram graphically depicting the path for solar power flows between the entities of the system. It is the first step in designing your solar projects, allowing you to become thoroughly familiar with the electrical system layout and design. In the SLD, we provide you the SLDs for DC connections and the SLD for AC connections. Let me show you a sample design that we prepared for our previous client. This is the SLD diagram that we do for a 80 kilowatt project. As you can see, the green box, those are the inverters connected in series. 12 modules are connected in series, and we have such 5 connected in parallel for inverter 1. Similarly, for other 3 inverters, the connections have been made. From inverters, the connections goes to the MCB breaker point, and then from there, the connections are given to the fuse junction. From here, we have a voltmeter to measure the voltage, a ammeter to measure the current, and one connection is given to earthing. Then we have an energy meter to measure the energy generated, another a breaker point, a SPD is connected, and then the connection goes to the evacuation point to connect the rest of the appliances. As you can see in this report, we give you the details of all the equipments used along with the details of the flow of the current. Next, moving on to cable sizing and layout. The proper sizing of an electrical cable is important so that the cable can ensure the correct current carrying capacity and its duration. The cable should provide the load with the suitable voltage and avoid excessive voltage drops. It should also withstand the worst short circuit current flowing through the cables. Along with this, we also provide you the cable schedules as well. A cable schedule is a table of information about the cable lengths for the particular installation. A building floor plan would often be associated with the cable schedule, and the type of information shown could include the length of the cable, the type and size of the cable, the color of the cable, and the cable route. In the cable layout and schedule, we provide you the details like cable sizes, AC and DC cable routes, the control and communication cable routes. Let's go and check a sample report. As you can see, the orange line indicates the cables. The blue box is the inverter, and I'll just show you how the cables are routed and connected to the inverters. The modules are labeled as FB0120KWST01. This is one table of modules, and the cables are connected of these table into the inverter one, which is right here of this blue box labeled as FB0120KW. The cables from the second table, that is 02, are connected to the inverter FB0220kW. Similarly, for inverters 03 and 04, the cable connection from the respective module tables have been provided. As you can see, the cable route is clearly visible and understanding from the modules to the inverters. This is the detailed drawing of the cable layout. Coming up to the communication cable layout, it shows you the route of the communication cable. The communication cable is marked with the yellow line. As you can see, all the inverters are connected with each other. Then one inverter is connected to the evacuation point at ACDB. As we saw in SLD diagram, the red line which indicates here are the communication cable. All the inverters are connected to each other, and then from one inverter, the communication cable is connected to the system where this generation can be monitored. Now coming to earthing, an earthing system or a grounding system is the circuitry which connects parts of the electrical circuit with the ground, thus creating an alternative path for the flow of fault or excessive current safely into the ground in the presence of minimal resistance. The primary purpose of earthing is to reduce the risk of serious electrical shocks from the current leakage into the uninsulated metal parts of an appliance, power tools, or other electrical devices. In earthing, we cover earthing calculations like earthing strip size, the length calculation, and the type of electrodes. We also cover earthing pit details like number of pits required and the chamber details. Let me show you a sample report. Sorry. As you can see, a GI strip is marked with the orange line in the diagram. Now, the GI strip is connected from the modules to the earthing pits. The earthing pits you can see is FBEP01, 02, and 03. There are three earthing pits, and they are connected with the modules, the inverters, and the ACDB. The LA is marked here. From LA, the GI strips are connected to the respective earthing pit. As we can see in the SLD, the bus bar is connected to the earthing, then the ACDB box is connected to the earthing, and similarly, the other connections are made to the earthing as depicted here in the earthing layout. This is the complete route and the calculation of the GI strip which are required for designing the earthing. The combiner boxes can be AC or DC or both depending on the project requirement. The DC combiner box is a device that combines the output of multiple strings of PV modules for connection to the inverter, while an AC combiner box is a device that can combine the outputs of multiple inverters and give the single output. We design combiner boxes which also provide the protection and performance monitoring for the photovoltaic system. Another important facility for solar PV projects is the weather monitoring system. It is a facility with instruments and equipments for measuring atmospheric conditions. The measurements taken include the temperature, irradiation, humidity, wind speed, wind direction, and precipitation amounts. Well, that was about the electrical engineering of solar PV projects. Now let's talk a bit about civil engineering. Talking about solar module mounting, if the roof is a RCC roof, the modules should be mounted using the table structures fixed with the existing slabs on the roof. These structures are fabricated to the required tilt arrangement and assembled in the site. Module mounting structures are designed to withstand the self-weight of the modules and wind pressures which act on the modules. And if we do not have a RCC roof but a roof sheet instead, the solar panels are mounted over the roof sheet by using the special type of clamps to hold the modules with the roof sheet. When it comes to the clamps for the roof, there are 5 different types of options available. The trapeze bridge, the portia bracket, rib bracket, the S5 family, S5Q and the S5Z, and the Coryu bracket. For designing the module mounting structures, we need basic details like location, building height, surrounding environment, and the module specs for module weight and dimensions. Before loading the module mounting structures over the existing roof slab, we have to ensure that the existing roof slab is capable of withstanding the additional load. To ensure the stability of existing slab, details like thickness of the roof and the details of waterproofing provided on the roof are required. We need to check if the roof slab is designed considering the factored load. Similarly, we have to ensure that the roof sheet is capable to withstand the self-weight of the solar panels and wind pressure. The data required before mounting the solar modules over the roof sheet is the technical specification of the roof sheet along with the details like material and sanctional property, roof profile longitudinal, traverse fluid arrangement, thickness of roof sheet, supporting span and loading details. Basic details of site like location, building height, surrounding environment, and wind obstructions. These details are required to calculate the wind pressure on the roof sheet. We also need existing roof slope details, that is monoslope roof, double-sided pitched roof, or a curvature roof. Module specs are also required to get details like module dimensions and weight of the modules. Module mounting structures should be designed to withstand the uplift caused by wind. In general, foundation of the module mounting structures will be in form of a square or circular pedestal with required mounting arrangement for the structure, that is, a base plate with anchored bolt or any suitable mounting base. In case the uplift is higher, the foundation is casted in the existing roof with special adhesives so as to withstand the uplift. The foundation fixing arrangement is also required for the equipments like inverter, AC-DC distribution box, AC-DC protection box, lightning arrestor, and weather monitoring system. The foundation is designed to withstand the weight of the equipment, and the equipment is mounted on the foundation with suitable anchoring arrangement. To design the foundation of equipments, we need details like dimension details of the equipment so that the suitable foundation base can be provided, the equipment mounting hole details, and the weight of the equipment. Let me take you through the examples. Let's first go through the fabrication drawings. The fabrication drawings are the drawings for the vendors to prepare the module mounting structures. It gives you the details of all the dimensions and the holes where and how they should be made for a suitable module mounting structures at the site location. As you can see, these drawings contain the complete details with all the angles and the dimensions to make the module mounting structures. Let me also show you the assembly drawings. These are the assembly drawings. These are the base, foundation base. Then we have the columns, and over the columns we have rafters. Above the rafters we have purlins, and over the purlins we keep the modules. These are the detailed drawings for the module mounting structures and the foundations. This is the top view of the complete civil design. These green lines are the purlins, and over those we place the modules. This is a side view, and this is the detail of every block. Let me show you the foundation layout. This is the foundation layout, which gives you the idea about where all the blocks will be marked onto the location. The green box are the modules, and the boxes drawn with purple pink line are the foundations. There are different kind of foundations depending on the site locations and these module mounting structures. And this sheet gives you all the location of all the foundations marked on the site. It gives you about the number of tables, the shadows, the inverters, all the details are here in this drawing. Now, let me quickly give you the overview of the upcoming services. SolarCart. In the month of June, we are going live with our marketplace. It will be an online marketplace exclusively developed for solar industry. Right now, we are enrolling the vendors for each category of the products. For vendors, it will be a platform to expand their reach in the market. There is no cost to list their products on Easy Solar, and the complete logistics will be taken care by Easy Solar. We list the products we will pick will be taken care by Easy Solar. We will pick the products of from your warehouses and deliver it to the customer locations. And that's not it. The vendors get 100% payment for their products pre-dispatch. For customers, it will be a platform with best price deals on all the products. We believe that time is a very important factor when it comes to material delivery, so we guarantee timely delivery for each product. Please drop us a mail at mohitagarwal@easysolar.com if you have any queries related to solar car, or call us at the given number and speak to our marketplace expert. Lastly, let's talk about the Solar Connect. Solar Connect is the listing services for system integrators and roof or land owners. Every day, Easy Solar is flooded with average of 15 enquiries for EPC contracts. Over the time, we have built a database of those queries. Our team will verify the requirement of each customer and list them as verified leads on our website. Simultaneously, we are also registering the system integrators to list their services and portfolio for the customers to decide and contact them directly for the solar power projects. It will be a free service for system integrators for the very first month. After that, it will be a one-time payment of rupees 3,000 for the system integrators if they wish to continue listing their business on Easy Solar. If you have any queries related to our services, you can drop us a mail at mohitagarwal@easysolar.com, or write to us on Facebook or Twitter, and we will be happy to answer your queries. Thank you for being a part of this webinar, and we look forward to do business with you. Thank you.